Quintilian, Institutio Oratoria 1, Episode 6. Proemium, post impetratum studiis meis quietem, quae per viginti annos erudiendis juvenibus impenderam, cum a me quidam familiariter postularent, ut aliquid de ratione dicendi componerem, dius sum equidem reluctatus, quod auctores utriusque linguae clarissimos non ignorabam multa quae ad hoc opus pertinerent diligentissime scripta posteris reliquisse. Now he begins the body of the work. Prohoimium is a Greek word that means an introduction. It has been adapted into Latin and is quite common. So the proemium, the beginning. Post impetratam quietam. After having obtained impetratam rest, for my studies, studiis meis. Impetratam is a perfect passive participle from the first conjugation verb impetro, impetrare, like so. It's feminine singular accusative because it is modifying quietem, which is in the same gender, number, and case, feminine singular and accusative. Having obtained rest or peace for my studies, studiis meis, neuter, plural, and dative, from the second declension noun studium, those things which quae I had spent impenderam on instructing young people, erudiendis juvenibus, through a 20-year period, per viginti annus. Juvenibus is masculine plural and dative. It's the indirect object of impenderam. Quae is the direct object in the neuter plural and accusative. There's a modifier with juvenibus, namely the gerundive erudiendis, which is from the fourth conjugation verb erudire, to bring out of a position of ignorance. There's another way to interpret studiis here, and perhaps a better one. We could say, after rest from studiis meis, an ablative of separation, after rest from my typical pursuits had been obtained impetratam, and that would make studiis the antecedent of quae, pursuits which I had spent on the instructing of young people through a 20-year period. When that was done, when cum certain people, quidam, masculine plural and nominative subject of postularent, when certain people had demanded, postularent, had demanded from me, and they had done so in a friendly manner, familiariter. And now we're going to get the object of postularent, namely the ut clause. When they had demanded from me that componerem, that I put together, I write, I compose, aliquid, something, and aliquid is the neuter singular accusative object of the imperfect subjunctive componerem, that I put together something de ratione dicendi, on the study or the craft, the skill of public speaking, dicendi. When that was true, for a long time, diu, in fact, sum reluctatus. I was very loath to do so, or I hesitated. And now he's going to give the reason why he was so reluctant. Because I was not unaware, non ignorabam. I was not unaware that auctores clarissimos, the most famous or the most renowned authorities or authors, utriusque linguae of both languages, feminine singular genitive, meaning Greek and Latin, that these very famous or celebrated authorities in each language, reliquisse, had left behind. Reliquisse is the perfect infinitive from the third conjugation verb, relinquere, that they had left behind. We translate it as an English pluperfect and say had, because the time of the perfect infinitive is prior to the time of the main verb. The main verb ignorabam is imperfect, and thus in English this shifts back to a pluperfect, that they had left behind multa. Multa is the neuter plural accusative object of reliquisse. They had left those behind posteris, to posterity, to those who came after, masculine plural dative. And these many things were scripta, written, diligentissime, very carefully, with the utmost care. And then we have this relative clause, quae through pertinerent, many things written for their descendants, for posterity, very carefully, things which relate, pertinerent ad hoc opus, to this task, meaning to the task of oratory.